Good morning, Unity of Medina. Good morning. We are one in spirit, and the spirit today is Halloween. It's also the 5th Sunday of the month, and I get to put my Reverend Linda hat on. There is a story behind this hat. When I was at the Spiritual Science Center, I was doing energetic healing and psychic development, and I was doing Reiki. And my father would always talk about his daughter who rode the broom. So much so that when I was at my brother's funeral, the beginning of the month, one of his wife's relatives was chatting with me, and she says, "Do you still do all that witchy stuff?" So I figured my father was not the only one who was describing me as riding a broom, that my brother Tom must have been doing that as well. So a little bit about Halloween. This is from Julie Peters in Spirituality and Health. Halloween was called Samhain in pagan tradition and represents the last harvest celebration of the year. It welcomes what I have come to think of as the death season, the winter time. November 1st is known in Catholicism as All Saints' Day. Many of you remember that. A day to remember the saints of the Catholic tradition. In Mexico, November 2nd is honored as All Souls' Day, the Day of the Dead. Energetically, these are said to be the days when the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. So it's a powerful time for communicating with the dead, healing our own souls, setting intentions, and even casting spells if you're into that. Death season might sound scary, but there goes my hat, is a beautiful and important time. In the darkness, we are invited to slow down, to rest, to reflect, and to remember. It's a time to integrate the lessons of the last year and to contemplate what new births we are hoping for in the eventual spring. It's a time to it's time to be close to our living ones and to remember the dead. It's a time when the cool moon shines brightly over our lives while the sun rests before returning to full force in spring. I loved Halloween when I was a child, and I love it now as an adult. As you can kind of tell, I've got my hat. For me, there is beauty in the joy of seeing children dress up for Halloween. They get to be a character. They get to be somebody that they like or they enjoy. And for that brief moment of putting on that costume, the children are who they think they are. There's nothing better than that. And they get to go out at night, and they get to get candy. And what's better than that, to be somebody that you espouse to be and get candy on top of it? So it's a wonderful time of year, and there's a lot of beauty in that. Our little Ella went to trunk or treat this year and with Mom and Dad, and she was a little stinker. And I have to tell you, the photo of her in that costume just melts my heart. But beauty is everywhere you look. You just have to prepare yourself to see it. Give in to all the emotions that you feel. Find the beauty in everyone you meet. Go on adventures. Love with your whole heart. Listen to the stories of others and find the beauty in the universe and yourself. And now Angie, electronically, will lead us in our opening song. I think. Up.
The truth in me, the truth in me, sees the truth in you, sees the truth in you. My spirit now celebrates you, celebrates you. Namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, the love in me, the love in me, sees the love in you, sees the love in you. My soul on high, my soul on high, celebrates you, celebrates you. The love in me, the love in me, sees the love in you, sees the love in you. My soul on high, my soul on high, celebrates you, celebrates you. Namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste, 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 ah, namaste, ah, namaste, namaste, oh namaste, oh namaste.
Thank you. Thank you, Angie, wherever you are. Welcome again to Unity of Medina. Here at Unity, we affirm our core values of integrity, joy, acceptance, love, and spiritual growth. October is Power of Zeal. Linda will light the orange candle to signify that. As she's lighting the candle, let us affirm together our affirmation for the month for the power of zeal. I enthusiastically accept my good and go forward to achieve. Today's daily word is imagination. I imagine and create my most magnificent life. I admire the storyteller gift for creating fantastic words where impossible things happen. I immerse myself in the story, allowing myself to feel the wonder, the exhilaration, and even the sadness of the storyteller's imagination has created. No matter how scary the story, there is nothing to fear. It's only a story. My imagination helps me create my life story. Guided by divine wisdom and will, I imagine a positive, meaningful life. If disturbing thoughts cloud my imagination, I remember that I am God's living expression. There is nothing to fear. My spiritual gifts of faith, love, strength, and understanding join with my imagination to build the fulfilling life in my heart desires. Today's passage was taken from Joel chapter 2, verse 28. I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And now we'll get prepared for meditation.
Here and now, I am free. I go inside peacefully. Where I look, let there be blessings here for me. Blessings here I see. Breathe in and out, soft and slow. At this time, I let go. Where I look, let there be blessings here for me. Blessings here I see. All on a journey, on our way, different paths here today. Where I look, let there be blessings here for me. Blessings here I see. Blessings here for me. Blessings here I see.
As we prepare for meditation, I would invite you to place your feet on the floor, connecting with Mother Earth. Focus in on your breath. Breathing in deeply as is comfortable. And as you bring that breath in, send the energy of the breath through your body to your feet and down into Mother Earth as far as is comfortable. Do this a couple of times at your own pace, acknowledging the presence of Mother Earth and your physical home. Breathing in and sending that energy to Mother Earth. As you do that, if you are so inclined, you can breathe in and also send gratitude to Mother Earth. With your next breath, breathe in the power of Spirit and send it to your heart. Let the energy of Spirit circulate with the blood throughout your body, bringing its power to every cell, every molecule every molecule, every atom of your body. Let that energy bring your body into vibrant health. Again, do this a couple of times at your own pace, letting that energy permeate your physical body. Place an inward focus on your heart and take time to express gratitude for the people, places, and things in your life that hold value and love. There are so many. As you connect with that energy of love, send that feeling of love wherever you are led to send it. Now take a moment and bathe yourself in love. And let that love again permeate every cell, every molecule, every atom of your body. With your next couple of breaths, ask Spirit to give you a message of love or guidance or inspiration, whatever you most need to hear right now as we spend some time in the silence. As we return from meditation, I'd ask you to deepen your breath, feel your feet on the floor, move your hands a bit, and let Angie's beautiful music bring you back to this time and this place. We actually have 30 minutes of that, and I'm so tempted to just let it go. The first thing I have to say, which is really kind of interesting, is that the title of my talk is not When Life Gives You Lemon, Make Lemonade. It's just When Life Gives You Lemons. My brother died on October 1st, and we buried him on the 9th. And to say that my life was sour was the understatement. Since then, I've been traveling through Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's Steps of Grief, bouncing between denial and anger, with doses of depression and acceptance. Bargaining wasn't in this mix. And let me tell you, for those of you that have been through this, it is not a straight line. So in the midst of this, my mind kind of escaped to Sunday the 29th, and what was I going to talk about? It was a nice escape, but I had no idea. But I awoke one morning with this in my awareness: when life gives you lemons. And my immediate reaction was not repeatable. But as I thought about this and brought it into my awareness, my question was, why does it have to be lemonade? Do you know what you can do with a lemon? Here are a few ideas. You can make a lemon drop, a gin fizz, or Long Island iced tea. The benefits are self-explanatory. You can lighten your hair. Lemon and water in a spray bottle. It's old school, but it works. You can use it in cleaning. You can toss some in your microwave. You can throw it down your garbage disposal. You can zest the skin and use it in baking. Cheesecake and lemon cream pie kind of come to my mind. You can plant your seeds and grow your own lemons. You can use it in skincare. It is said that the lemon peel will lighten dark spots. You can use it as aromatherapy. Or you can use it in patchouli. It smells nice and looks nice, especially this time of year. You can use it as garnish. You can wedge it. You can slice it. You can have it and put all those little zigzags on the top and make it look cute. You can let your inner food artist out, is what you can do with a lemon. Or did you know you can make invisible ink with a lemon? Great experiment with the kids or the grandkids. But besides being several uses for a lemon, what all these options have in favor or in common is that they are unleashing the hidden power of the lemon. If a plant has hidden power, your dog, your cat, your bird, your trees, maybe even you yourself has hidden power. All creation has hidden power because all creation is energy, consciousness, and matter. All creation has a purpose and is connected through the web of life. So, what is our power as humans, and what is your power as an individual? I think that's what most of us try to accomplish by attending Unity or another New Thought church. We want to discover and unleash the hidden power within us. We teach and celebrate the 12 powers as we journey through each year. We have, in October, for the next 2 days, we have the power of zeal and our affirmation. And in 2 days, we go into November, where the power is elimination and the affirmation is, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. There's your preview. For the most part, these powers are powers of the mind, the brain, and faith. It's nice to know, and it's good to recite, but how do we take these powers and teachings and integrate them? Perhaps it's touching the soul through our bodies, through our earthly experiences. It's not only that we are more powerful than we can imagine, but we are powerful in a physical body. The journey inward moves through our body because that's how we were created. This fuller experience of life also enables us to broaden our perceptual lens. If we don't know what we don't know, our experience of life is limited. Widening our perceptual lens allows us to touch the unknown, to see our world and our relationships and our spirituality in a different way. Elizabeth Lyle says, and I quote, "A person's lens of perception is the filter through which they see the world. Shifts in one's personal lens can lead to different views and different understandings of reality, which in turn can influence what is seen and ways of relating to the world. It is possible always to increase or decrease the power of this lens. A person's lens expands in range in the presence of new ideas, new feelings, new experiences. It is always in a state of flux. If we stop having new experiences, thereby living in an automatic or habitual way, our lens becomes fixed and hardens and shrinks." My favorite daily word speaks to this, and I read this frequently during the week to remind myself. I reach for a fuller experience of life. My life expands each time I extend my heart, my hand, or my awareness in new directions to further my growth. I enrich my soul and evolve my consciousness when I open myself to fresh experiences. From making friends to visiting unfamiliar places, life is richer when I take it in bold directions. On October 14th, I opened myself to a new experience, and I went to Ormaco's Pacific Paradise performance. This was a high-energy ensemble that showcased island traditions from Hawaii, Samoa, Tahiti, and New Zealand. And they did that through dance, song, and chant. Reading the bios of one of the performers, I noted with interest that she said that her passion for and performance of dance takes her to another beautiful place in her heart and soul. Another ensemble member said that she believes passionately in the power of dance to bring growth, healing, and joy. These comments brought to mind a quote that has followed me around for decades. I presume it's still following me because I haven't learned all the lessons. And I believe it may give us clues to accessing the power within. There are several forms of this quote, and you probably have heard it, and what I'd like to share with you today is Gabriel Roth's version. In many shamanic societies, if you came to a medicine person complaining of being disheartened, dispirited, or depressed, they would ask you one of 4 questions. When did you stop dancing? When did you stop singing? When did you stop being enchanted by stories? When have you stopped being comforted by the sweet territory of silence? Where we have stopped dancing, singing, being enchanted by stories, or finding comfort in silence is where we have experienced the loss of soul. Dancing, singing, storytelling, and silence are the 4 universal healing salves. When we experience a loss of soul, and I believe we all do at times, we are out of our power. Gabriel Roth, who died in 2012, was an American dancer and musician in world music and trance dance. She had a special interest in shamanism. Her vision was to spread dance around the world, using the power of movement to heal body and spirit. In her first book, Sweat Your Prayers, The 5 Rhythms of the Soul, Roth talks about her history with dance and moving into her life's work, which she described as seducing people back into their bodies, into their God-given power. A work she described as holy work. Her journey brought her many discoveries. The first was that the body can't lie. You put it in motion, and truth kicks in. The second was that the Holy Spirit was no less than the life force, breath itself. Lost in the spirit of dance, she went to the deepest, most alive place she'd ever been. God had spoken to her without saying a word. And from her book, Sweat Your Prayers, I'd like to share this passage as well. I danced till I disappeared inside the dance, till there was nothing left of me but the rhythm of my breath. And in the rhythm of my breath, I felt totally connected, body and soul. I finally realized what Holy Communion was about. I entered another universe, shifted to a new dimension in which there were no boundaries. Everything was energy, and I was just a particle riding the universal wave. And she continued, rhythm is our mother tongue. In the rhythm of the body, we can trace our holiness, roots that go all the way back to zero. States of being where all identities dissolve into an eternal flow of energy. Energy moves in waves. Waves move in patterns. Patterns move in rhythms. A human being is just that. Energy, waves, patterns, rhythms. A dance. It's an interesting concept that our bodies are a dance, especially for those of us who may not think we can dance. It's even more interesting to think that we can touch spirit through dance. So when the shamans ask, when have you stopped dancing? They may be onto something. And does that mean we all have to excel on the dance floor? I think not, and I certainly hope not. Dancing is mentioned in the Bible and is used throughout the Old Testament as a means of worship and praise to God. Psalm 149, verse 3, we have, let them praise his name with dancing and make music to him with timbre and harp. In Ecclesiastes 4, verse 4, 3, verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Anybody singing turn, turn, turn in your head? Psalm 30, verses 11 and 12. You turned my wailing into dancing. You removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, that my heart may sing your praises and not be silent. Lord my God, I will praise you forever. So many of our Bible passages include dancing and singing together. And of course, you can't dance without music. Thus, the almost obligatory singing and dancing. Which brings us to the shaman's second question. When did you stop singing? Why the importance on singing? The Pythagoreans believed that everything which existed had a voice, and all creatures were continually singing the praises of the Creator. Einstein, too, echoed this premise by postulating that human beings, vegetables, or cosmic dust, we all dance to a mysterious tune intoned by an invisible piper. The ancient Hindus said that singing was the first art of music, playing the second art, and dancing the third art. Having found out that these three different aspects of music, one attains spirituality much sooner than by any other way, the Hindus also discovered that the shortest way to attain spiritual heights was by singing. Chloe Goodchild is an international presenter and offers trainings in what she calls naked voice. This is using one's untrained voice, or a naked voice, in simple chants and songs to affect inner and outer personal change. Your naked voice is about to wake up the energies of love inside you and inspire the song of your soul to come out and play, says Chloe. Just listen to Angie anytime and let the power of her singing move through your body. And when she invites you to sing, let your soul come out and play. The third question of the shamans was, when did you stop being enchanted by stories? Disney created an entertainment an empire by telling us stories. We grew up with them. Our kids grew up with them. Our grandchildren are growing up with them. When you tell a story, you spark a connection. This is how humans have communicated from the beginning of time. We automatically are drawn to stories because we see ourselves in them. Despite our fast-paced technology, stories continue to be important to us, and they will continue to be essential to human existence. Stories provide a timeless link with ancient traditions, legends, myths, and archetypes. They are universal, and every culture has stories to tell. Stories show us what we have in common with others. They spark rich emotions. They create an experience in our imagination, one that the brain reacts to as if they were real. And our brains are hardwired to communicate through stories. For centuries, stories have been used to pass on knowledge. And when important teachings are embedded in a story, we embrace that information uniquely because we tend to remember the underlying emotions of the story more than the facts. When a story moves us, we are moved to act. In the recent book study, Meeting Jesus for the First Time with Reverend Candace, we talked about story in the Bible. From the notes from our last class, I'd like to share the following. Modern historical study of the Bible has tended to lose the story, either by seeking the history behind the story or by an analytical approach that often loses the story by focusing on its bits and pieces. In both cases, the story disappears. Ordinary people living in pre-print cultures knew the Bible not as text, but as stories. The stories were transmitted and experienced in a variety of ways, visually, musically, verbally, and ritually. These teaching stories, delivered in a way that creates interaction between people, delighted the audience and enchanted them into a new way of thinking and acting. And those stories continue to pass down morals and knowledge through many generations. Stories have a way of transporting us away from our realities. Our mind opens up to new experiences. You widen your perceptual lens. Stories help you to learn and emphasize with people who you do not know, and you come to understand their point of view. And I'd like to take a moment to plug a book that really made an impact on me and certainly widened my perspective. If you want a thought-provoking read, try Mornings in Jenin by Susan Abu-Hawa. It's set in Palestine in 1948. Even as technology presents so many opportunities to create new content, humans will still crave stories so we can make sense of the world. Read stories for yourself. Read stories to your children. Read stories to your grandchildren. It was interesting because I heard an interview with James Patterson, who is the #1 author in the world. And the NPR Peter Sagal asked him, so what's your clue? Why, what are you doing to be the tops in the world? And Patterson says, I'm not doing anything special. I just tell stories. The final question the shaman asks is, when did you stop being comforted by the sweet territory of silence? Meditation is certainly a sweet territory of silence. And there are many forms of meditation. There is also physical silence. Are we comfortable with ourselves in physical silence, or do we need the TV or the radio on? Can we just be? What does a thought deprivation tank do to your psyche? We can be comforted by the sweet territory of silence in nature as well. The 4 questions of the shaman can be used not only for curing our ills, but for expanding our perceptual lens and discovering the power within us. I'd like to close with a story from the American Shaman, The Odyssey of Global Healing Traditions by John Carlson. This story is called The Rabbi Who Hummed and Danced. There's a Hasidic tale about a famous rabbi who was on his way to teach a village that was very interested in his ideas. This was going to be a very big event, and each Jew in the community made great preparations, pondering what question he or she might ask. The rabbi finally arrived, and after the initial welcome, he was taken to a large room where people gathered to ask their questions. There was tremendous anticipation and excitement all around. The rabbi walked silently around the room and then began to hum a Hasidic tune. Before long, everyone started humming along with his soft voice. As people became comfortable with the song, the rabbi started to dance. He danced everywhere in the room, and one by one, every person danced with him. Soon, everyone in the whole community was dancing wildly together. Each person's soul was healed by the dance, and everyone experienced personal transformation. Later in the night, the rabbi gradually slowed the dance and eventually brought it to a stop. He looked in everyone's eyes and said gently, "I trust I have answered all your questions." Thank you.
When there's nothing left except what's in your chest, you'll finally see what you were made to be. You will kiss the mud and you'll chase the sun. It won't be enough once you've opened up. When all you have is your naked hands, there's finally room for your heart to dance. You will hold on tight every day and night, and you'll thank the sky for being alive.
beautiful. Okay, I have some announcements. The first one is the membership recommitment forms should be turned in by November 1st. If you don't have one, Margene, or we have some in the back, so you can re-enlist, and, so to speak. I think we've had a pretty good return on those so far, from what I see, and it's heartwarming to see that people are still committed to Unity of Medina. We've gone through some tumultuous times the last year or so, but I see us rebounding nicely, and I feel good about it. The next book study, Eric Varndell will, our prosperity minister, will facilitate the next book study, The Game of Life and How to Play It, written by Florence Scoville-Shin. The 3-week class will begin next Sunday, November 5th, after service. We hope to see many of you there. We have a new bulletin board in the back. If you have anything you want to post, use that bulletin board, please, and there's push pins and stuff there in the corner if you need to put something up on the bulletin board. I have a note here that Unity Community events for November, December, that Judy Signoff will explain. Is there anybody else here? Karen? Okay. Come on, Karen. Let you get that done.
Good morning, Unity. Hello. Boy, it's so good to be back. I've been gone for a little bit. So Judy wrote this. I'm going to read it. Community is defined as a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. What I learned during COVID is that this world can feel rather lonely even when connecting electronically. There is something about gathering with folks you like and know and to share ideas, joys, and sorrows. Just the energy in this room can be so uplifting to help lift your spirits. I hope you choose to step out and join us in the coming to Unity on Sundays and joining in our events to get to know each other on a deeper level. In the month of November, the Unity community will be putting together bags of goodies to be given out to those in need. We need your help with donations. We'll have a box in the back of the room collecting these items. Some of the examples are toothbrushes, toothpaste, gloves, socks, hats, hand warmers, hand cleaners, wipes, gift cards for coffee and food. We hope to put together at least 10 bags to think of purchasing items in 10. We will also collect monetary donations to purchase more items or to put into bags. Karen and I will be sewing the bags to contain these items to hand out to folks in need. Watch for further updates. And these are going to be non-disposable bags because of Sandy and her recycling efforts, so they can keep these bags or pass them on. We will be updating you in December, dates for holiday celebrations in the newsletter and on the new bulletin board in the back. But I do want to remind you the holiday community lunch is December 10th. The Christmas sing-along is December 17th. I believe that's after service. And I really think it was really touching about Linda talking about when did you lose your voice to sing. So let's come out and sing. Everybody knows Christmas carols, and possibly we'll have a cheat sheet up on the board so you can sing along and not just hum on occasion. Okay, I hope to see you to join us back, build back our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I have one other announcement that Donna just gave me. It didn't make my list, but she very neatly wrote it out. I can actually read it. It's really good. Renaissance Unity presents Dr. Joe Dispenza Intensive Video Workshop, November 3rd from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on November 4th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The flyer for this will be in our newsletter when you get it, so we'll have that information. I think that's all the announcements we have for this week. Linda will now lead us into blessing one another and the guests that are with us today.
Yes?
Linda, I have two questions.
Oh, no.
No, we're good. Well, they're simple.
answer.
What was the name of the book you were mentioning?
Which one?
The woman in,
Oh, Gabriel Ross? Sweat your prayers. The rhythm of the soul.
one written in 40.
Oh, yeah, that one was Mornings in Jenin. Mornings in Jenin, Jenin. Susan Albo. Sure. Yeah, it's an awesome read. Awesome read. Yeah.
Second question's to anybody. When you're writing in invisible ink, how do you know when you run out?
Only you will.
We need a dad joke night. I just have a bunch of I'll stand up and do dad jokes.
Yeah, well, with this, I know there isn't anybody new here. It's just all people who have been coming to Unity for a while. So let's bless each other. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Thank you for being here. Okay. Where are we now? Offertory. Okay, we've got our offertory coming up now, and we've got our offertory prayer. Everybody's got it up here or over there, so if you would like to join me. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we are grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
We thank each giver for the gift of talent, time, and treasure. Our Unity of Medina board administers each with open hearts, fiduciary heads, and multiple hats on each, and hands that guide this church to its highest and best. Without each giver, we would not have a Unity of Medina. We are grateful. And for those who have trusted us with your prayers, we are grateful. Know that the prayer team and chaplains meet each Wednesday to pray for the highest and best for each of your requests. And at the end of the month, your prayer requests go to Unity, Silent Unity, where the intentions will be held for another month. And for our world, our planet, and all beings who call her home, we pray that the web of life come into collective hidden power to dance with rhythm in tune by the invisible piper. We hold the vision of a planet and all living beings living a life in peace, health, and prosperity. And so it is. Now let's form our circle for the peace song and sing. Let your soul out and play.